another side of the coin. Not only do we have to watch our health, like our physical health and what we're doing with our bodies, but also our mental health.
Right.
You know, like a lot of people going through trauma like that, and you know, you're too embarrassed to get help for it. Like especially in these neighborhoods where we grew up. Like they talk about like post-traumatic stress. I mean, shit. I think people like 2 of their brothers are dead. You know, their father got killed, and father's in jail, and this and all. Like that's trauma, and that's a lot of things that not being dealt with.
Right.
Like, you know, you look at people like Shakir and Chris Lighty, and you're like, man, what could be going through their mind? And a lot of times we tend to view it like they were selfish. No, they wasn't. They was sick, man. They were in pain. You can't even imagine that kind of pain, especially unchecked. Unchecked, man. Like, you know, we're not dealing with that because it ain't the cool thing to do. And people got to really, like, take care of themselves, you know? And, like, these things, unfortunately, have to happen on a large stage so everyone can see.
Right.
Unfortunately, like, you know, so everyone can say, oh, man, this guy seemed to have everything, and that happened to him. Maybe I need to take care of my situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And hopefully that, you know, as a society, we use that to, like, go forward. Like, people start getting help for what they're going through.
What advice would you give with that? Because we hear a lot about that, about, you know, people can be famous but speak so much on depression and seem like addicted to medication, prescription medication and pills.
Yeah.
It seems like that's more the trend now.
Yeah, but you know, people are human. Like, you know, and then this elevated level of life of, that's not normal for 10,000, 20,000 people to be like screaming at you. That's not a normal thing to deal with. So then you add that on top. So now you got to start masking your pain because you can't let all these people see. Like, it's hard enough to talk to your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard enough for people to like talk about real shit with their family. 6 people at a table, and it's like, I can't speak about this. Imagine have to speak in front of the world.
Right.
Now I have to medicate. Now I have to take these things to numb this pain. You know, Amy Winehouse, like, she have to be in a place where, like, she was telling us, she was writing the songs in our face. They're trying to make me go to rehab. I'm not going. Like, what? You have to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? First time I met Amy Winehouse, I told yo, don't. She was like, cool, like normal, like she performed, she was like drinking on stage, and then she got spotted pig, and like she started stuttering. And I was like, you don't even stutter, like, why are you doing that? And she was like, what? I was like, you wasn't stuttering earlier, you're stuttering now. And I looked at her, I was like, stay with us. The first time like we hung out, I said, yo, I told her, stay with us. Crazy. You know, everyone need to take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and take care of each other. Like, I'm glad that we have, even with this album, again, we have this album that we can talk about like real shit and real issues and like get through like.
And how you could have went to a dark place if you didn't repair your situation.
If I don't repair I don't know what happens. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that took a level of, you know, soul searching and self-examination and, you know, maturing and evolution, and that it's tough. I know how tough it is firsthand, and I know, yeah, you can go to a dark place. Like the whole thing, what you don't reveal, you heal. Like when language has reached its limit, disease set in.
Yeah.
Powerful statement. When language has reached its limit, disease set in. So if you're telling yourself you stressed out, you don't do nothing about it, your hair starts falling out. You're like, oh shit.
Right.
You don't do nothing about it. So then like your liver gets, oh shit, now you have cancer. Disease sets in because they try to tell you, yo, here's the signals. It's like, stop. Do something about this. Do something about this. Oh man, your liver's going bad. Do something about it. And people just keep going and keep going and keep going until you off the edge. Right? You have to like really check in with yourself and know I wasn't feeling so good and I need to get some help or I need to talk to somebody about it. You know, hopefully that's how it works. That's what I know.
Right.
You know, that's what I know to be true, that these things have a way of, and that's what in my life, these dark things that happen have a way of turning into something positive, turning into me being more rounded spiritual being because of what happened with my grandfather. So these are things that, this is how I live my life. I'm not again, talking you from a place of like preaching and shit like that. Just really like It's what I know to be true. The way I grew up and the things I believed in. Like all the stuff that I'm talking about now, I knew innately. If you listen to my first album, I knew all this stuff. Like somehow, some way, I knew. I didn't know how to apply them like I do today.
Yeah.
Like really, live in that way. I'll share something with you. On Lost Ones, I said, can't run from the pain, run towards it. And I was talking about my nephew's death. I hadn't been to the grave when I said that. So I knew that was the right thing I was supposed to do, but the pain was too much and I had to wait. And then I finally went, it was like years after, and like really like broke down and shit for real. And it was like my first way of like breaking that cast of the shell that I built around that pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And really dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say, I've always known these things, but like really living it, like 100%.
People put you guys on this pedestal. They think as if you guys don't go through shit.
Yeah, that would, we're human beings. Like
right.
we really
Humans.
are human. I put my pants on the same way. You know what I'm saying? I got a stain on my sneaker and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just human beings that, occupy this position as like to entertain us and shit. Don't make us any different than anybody else.
Right.
That's all like outwardly things. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're all like made of the things that are really important.
Right.
The things like, again, what are your values? What are your goals? Your integrity, who you are as a person. You keep your word. People know, like, man, when that man gives his word, he gonna come through. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be around that guy than the guy who sold X amount of millions of records and like doing whatever shit they're doing and shit. It's just all about it, because you can be a nice, really rich guy, or you can be a nice, really rich guy with no money. The money things, that's just, seriously, that's just like...
It just shows who you are in a sense,
reveals who you are,
reveals
right?
who you are.
That shit doesn't matter. Again, at the end of the day, none of that matters. That we're both famous and we both got careers and shit and we like each other. That's not sustainable. That's not what's gonna keep us together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who she is, a nice human being, like really sweet person with a big, generous heart. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I care about. You know?
Everything is so accelerated. People want to be Jay-Z overnight, you know what I mean? Or the J. Cole overnight, but I don't know, it takes a minute for you to get to that level.
But that's what everything, right? In life, people emulate the end result, not the process. The end result is what they see and they emulate that. Yeah. It's like, these free throws, before Kobe scored that 61, that day.
You were there?
That day he was practicing. He practiced his whole life. Are you willing to put in that sort of commitment? Are you willing to practice the whole life? Mayweather's running right now, probably.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you willing? I'm sure you want to be on a jet and all that, but do you want to put in that work? That's what it takes for something great. That amount of time, that level of commitment. You know what I mean?